All right, so here's our review. You want to label everything it tells you to label. So CB and FE. Got to put tick marks on those sides. AC and DF. So AC, DEF. And then AB and DE. AB, DE. Cool. And then they are congruent. A, B, C, D, E, F by what? And if you look at these, all three sides are labeled. So that's side, side, side. Okay, if D is a midpoint, it's right there. So these two halves would be congruent. If you have congruent right angles right there, and then QDE, PDC. Okay, so CPD is congruent to triangle EQD. This has been reflected. So make sure you match them up by what? Well, this is an angle, this is a side, and this is an angle. So it would be angle, side, angle. On the next one, you have two touching triangles. So you put a tick mark where they're touching. It says SX and RX are congruent. So put two tick marks on those. And then XT bisects SXR. So you have an arc and an arc. So RXT is congruent to SXT by side, angle, side. You have a tick mark, then an arc, then a tick mark. That's side, angle, side. It says RS is congruent to DE. Angle S is congruent to angle E. Angle R is congruent to angle D. So RST matches angle DEF, triangle DEF. By, and if you look at it, you have arc, tick mark, arc, which is angle, side, angle. All right. AB and ED are perpendicular, so that makes it a right angle. And if B is a midpoint, then you have tick mark, tick mark. And if they're touching, you got to put tick marks where they're touching. So we have ABD congruent to ABE. Same order. Order matters. By what? Side, angle, side. All right. Let's write a congruent statement. Okay, so the first triangle, we'll do one arc, two arc, three arc. So it's going to be KLM. It's congruent to triangle. And again, we're going to do one arc, two arc, three arc. CDE. Cool. Same thing on number 7. One arc, two arc, three arc is going to be WYX. And that's congruent to triangle. One arc, two arc, three arc is UTS. All right. Down here, let's draw a picture. Given ABC is congruent to DEF, identify the congruent parts. ABC in the same order, DEF. Okay, so AC matches up with DEF. First and third letter, first and third letter. DE, first two letters, matches AB, first two letters. BC, second and third, matches EF, second and third. Angle B, the middle letter, matches angle E, the middle letter. And angle F matches angle C, the last letter. And then angle A matches angle D, the first letter. Cool. All right, state if the two triangles are congruent. If they are, show how you know. Okay, so these are touching. Don't forget to mark when they're touching. Congruent by angle, side, angle. Now, you would make a congruent statement if you had the letters, but we don't have them, so. Yeah. So these are touching right here. So that would be side, side, side. We don't have the vertices labeled, so don't worry about the congruent statement. When you have an X like this, make sure you label the vertical angles with an arc, and that's going to be side, angle, side. Cool. All right. Now, this is kind of like that warm-up we did the other day. You want to tell me what else would be needed to do this. Okay. So I've got there a right angle, and they're touching. So when they're touching, we want to make sure we always put that tick mark where they touch. That way we can see it. Let's see here, tick mark right here. So if it was going to be side angle side, it would be side angle, and this side is what I need. On the other one, side angle side, this is what I need. So we would say we need WV, that segment, to be congruent to KX, that segment. Okay. Similarly here, 13 is touching, put a tick mark. For it to be angle side angle, I need that angle. Angle side angle, I need that angle. So the bottom angle is angle SUT, is to be congruent to angle DUT. Those two angles need to be congruent for it to be ASA. Now the next one, angle side, there's two ways to do this. You could either do angle side, or you could do angle side. We'll do that one. So I need this side, and I need this side. So you would want it to be DF is congruent to JL. Or it could have been EF is congruent to KL. Either way. Okay, find the value of X for the image below. So if this is 94, this is 94 because they're congruent. So we add up the three that we know. 94 plus 41 plus 4x minus 3 equals the total inside of a triangle of 180 degrees. So let's solve this real quick. Combine like terms. 94 plus 41 is 135 minus 3 is 132. Bring down the 4x, 180. And then get rid of the loner, minus 132. You get 48 divided by 4, and you get x equals 12. You could also do menu 3-1 and solve that using nsolve, and that'll give you 12. All right, and that's how you do the review. Make sure you have it done and ready for tomorrow's test.